Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast here on Mustang Media. The regular season finale is taking place here at Essentia Health Mustang Stadium between the visiting Mandan Braves, who stand at 7-1, and your Sheyenne Mustangs, also a 7-1 team. This is number 1 versus number 2, and I am Aaron Knodel, and joining me in the booth tonight is our first-time Mustang Media contributor, Quinn Wallstrom.
And I tell you, Aaron, it couldn't have been a better game for me to make my debut. This is going to be exciting because these two teams have been the top 2 teams in the state according to the state poll for the past 2 weeks. Mandan has put together a solid team this season, and it'll be a big test for the Mustangs as we wrap up the 2022 regular season tonight.
Yeah, Minot is the only team that has handed the Braves squad a loss this year. And this Braves squad has gotten victories over big-time opponents. Fargo Davies, they defeated them 34-26 in the season opener. Last week, they beat Fargo Shanley 28-21. The Mustangs' only blemish came in the second game of the season against Davies, and basically they have rolled over most of their competition ever since, so we got a good one.
Absolutely, and another thing that's pretty cool about this matchup is it's the first time these two teams have ever met in its history, so that has got to be very exciting reality for these two teams.
So, it is senior night tonight, which is really exciting, obviously. Last regular season game for these guys, a lot at stake here. And really, Quinn, we have a lot of importance to the consequences of this game. Playoff implications. We said this is number 1 versus number 2. That is the media poll, but we also need to take into consideration that the QRF, the quality results formula, is what determines the seeding in the playoffs.
Absolutely, and this is number 1 and number 2, and as we can see here, the top 4 teams, according to QRF points there, are very closely contested. So if West Fargo Cheyenne drop this game, the loser of this game could potentially move to 4th in the polls, and that affects playoff seeding and playoff home field advantage.
Yeah, we know the winner of this team is going to have the highest QRF. One thing that our fans should know is that the win or loss determines a big part of the QRF, obviously, but what really we have to consider also is that the QRF is determined by the opponent wins. Both teams obviously have a lot of wins tonight, and it's really the class differential that determines the other one. What is not considered is the margin of victory. So regardless of whether or not you win by 30 or win by 3, tonight the winner of this game is number 1.
Make matters better, let's just win this game, huh?
That's really what it comes down to tonight. It's going to be a pretty difficult matchup for both squads. It is strength versus strength. We're gonna head down to a sideline report at about 3 minutes here to talk to Coach Rott. But we have some keys to the game. We're going to ask Coach Rott what some of his keys to the game are tonight. What are your keys to the game?
My keys to the game for the Mustangs is we got to be physical up front. All right, a lot of teams in this division cannot stand up to our offensive line, but the Mandan Braves defensive line can absolutely do that. So we need to stay physical. It all depends on our front 7 because we know a Newton coach team is going to run the football.
Yeah, Newton's teams have notoriously been ground and pound. I think we have, if I check my stats here, I think we have, 7 different players on our roster who have scored a rushing touchdown this year. So that tells you that they can hit you from a lot of different angles, and it really is built in the trenches with that offensive and defensive line.
Absolutely, and another thing that we should keep in mind is we need to keep their defense on the field as long as possible. All their skill position players play both sides of the football. So wear and tear offense, slow, grind it out, tire out those cornerbacks and those strong safeties so that when they come out on offense, they're a little gassed.
Yeah, obviously, when you're talking about the Mandan Braves, unlike the Mustangs who really only have one-way players, having two-way players does tend to have some impact, especially in the fourth quarter if you can really make it physical. So my key to the game tonight really is which team is going to come out hot. Mandan has notoriously been a really good first quarter team. So if they come out and they're scoring points early, that is the one crutch that maybe the Mustangs struggle with a little bit is if they get down early, they don't have the kind of offense that's built around to score and score and score and score. They want to win in the trenches, as we said, and so which team is going to come out hot? Last week, Mandan did come out hot. They were able to get a nice lead on Fargo Shanley by actually creating some turnovers. So if the Mustangs are able to kind of win that turnover battle early, kind of have some ball control early, then I think we really are probably in for a spectacular matchup. So we'll really pay attention to that first quarter.
Absolutely. And as you said, this high-powered Mandan offense, we cannot allow them to get off on a fast start.
That is absolutely true. And so let's talk about some of their players to watch. They obviously have some tremendous players, four in particular, that stand out on the offensive side.
Absolutely. Their quarterback, Max Carlson, is a senior. He is first in the conference in passing and touchdowns. He got 13 touchdowns on 1,471 yards and 8 interceptions this year.
Yeah, that's one thing that we have to look at. Obviously, he does have 13 touchdowns, but he has turned over the ball 8 times. So let's see if the Mustangs are able to actually turn them over a little bit. In the backfield, who do they got? This is the man.
This is the man. Lincoln Wiseman, running back, number 21. Leads the state here with offensive efficiency as a running back. He has 151 carries, 967 yards, and 13 touchdowns.
Yeah, you're averaging over a touchdown a game. That's pretty impressive.
And absolutely. And he plays both sides of the field.
So we also have, 2 pretty impressive wideouts, and they'll put them in different formations tonight in Jablonski and Frank. So tell us about those two guys.
Absolutely. Carson Jablonski leads the conference. He's their wide receiver 1 with 33 receptions, 741 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And then we got Tarai Frank, third in the conference. He's their wide receiver 2, also a strong safety, 27 receptions, 584 yards to go along with 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, they'll use Jablonski in a lot of different manners. He is a first-team All-State player from last year. It is interesting to note, obviously, Frank has 8 touchdowns, twice as many as Jablonski. You'll see him also score on some deep balls and that sort of thing. So it is going to be pretty impressive to see how the Mustang corners and how the safeties and how their base defense can kind of protect from the passing game. Can our defensive line with really actually one of the best defensive players in the state of North Dakota, the highest recruited player out of the senior class out of the state of North Dakota, can Menz actually do something? Tell us a little bit about Menz.
Well, I mean, he's an absolute athletic freak, right?
He is.
The size, the strength, the quickness. He's going to Minnesota next year. The highest rated recruit to come out of Cheyenne football program. So, I mean, I'm looking for a show.
He does lead the conference with sacks. He's got 9 sacks. He's got, I believe, let's see here, how many tackles for loss are we staring at here? I think he's got 11 tackles for loss. And beside him is Nick Renner. He has 16 tackles for loss, and I think that's where we're really seeing how this is going to play out, defensively, power against their offense. So we're going to take a moment here to go down to the field here, and we're going to actually see from Coach Rott what his keys to the game are and some questions from him.
All right, my name is Olivia Schemp, and I'm here with
Andrew Rott.
So, Mr. Rott, what are you thinking our keys to the game are going to be to take on number 2 seed Mandan tonight?
Well, first of all, what an incredible opportunity to get to be a part of the first meeting between these two schools. So you don't really know a whole lot about each other than what you see on film, and what we know is that they're a very well-coached team. They play mistake-free football pretty much all game. They have explosive athletes on both sides of the ball. They're big and they're physical. So if we come out, we limit their explosive plays, we can out-physical them, and we can play mistake-free football, we're going to have a good shot at the end of the game.
Yeah, checks out. All right, so now knowing that Mandan does have some excellent receivers, what are you thinking our secondary is going to have to do to really shut down their pass plays?
That's a great question. It's funny because they pass about 31% of the time on the season, and they probably lead the state in passing yards. So we're going to have to be sound in our techniques. We're going to have to make sure that we are communicating, and we're going to have to switch things up defensively. We can't get vanilla. We can't let them have any good ideas about what's going on, because then they'll just pick us apart all night.
Yeah. All right, and then our last question for you is going to be, what are you expecting the outcome of the game is going to be tonight?
Well, if we take care of business, we're hoping for a big-time Mustang win here tonight.
Of course. All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks for that sideline report there by our Mustang media contributor, Olivia Schemp, and thanks for Coach Rott for giving his points of view on the game tonight. We sure are excited for that. So we're going to take a moment here to hear the public address announcer as we move it to the field to hear the national anthem.
Generosity and support in making this event happen. Thank you again, and welcome to the home of Mustang football. This matchup between the Braves and the Mustangs will be played under the strictest code of good sportsmanship. The North Dakota High School Activities Association, the Eastern Dakota Conference, and school administration encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponent. As high school student athletes and representatives of their communities, the Mustangs and Braves are committed to fair play, responsibility, and respect. They invite you to support their effort. Together, let us, if you're able, remove any headwear and remain at attention as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Sheyenne Pep Band under the direction of Mr. James Landman.
So Quinn, we're back here after the starting lineup. They're going to run some the starters for both the offense and the defense. We haven't had a chance yet to talk about those Mustang starters. Let's talk a little bit about those Mustang starters. Let's start just kind of with the quarterback position, because that is obviously where every good team starts, and we have a great one.
Absolutely. Caleb Deere, a great junior athlete, has great size, very quick as well. We look at him to run, sneak quite a bit. And also, when we need him to throw the football, he's very efficient.
Yeah, he does have 9 passing touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Probably what's a little deceiving is that Caleb Deere's percentage, his passing percentage, is only at 45%. It's really because of what he's called on to do. Caleb Deere's job is to not turn over the football. It's to make big plays when you can make big plays happen. But mostly it's his feet that make him a really, really big threat.
Absolutely, and we'll see that with the option plays that Newton decides to run on offense. It really keeps the defense guessing on who's gonna actually commit and try to get a first down here.
Yeah, he's got 9 rushing touchdowns, 6.7 yards per carry, 512 yards. I mean, he is a dual threat quarterback by very definition. In the backfield, we have kind of a little bit of thunder and lightning from the wing positions. And it really starts with the conference leading rusher in Race Wilson.
Absolutely. Race Wilson, I look at him as kind of the Christian McCaffrey of this team, a Swiss Army knife. He kind of does it all, right? He's got 557 yards rushing to go along with 3 touchdowns. He averages about 5.7 points per carry. I mean, he's quick. He's absolutely quick off the line of scrimmage.
And the thunder really comes in the form of 2 different backs. Our fullback is Isaac Kanega. He has 6 touchdowns, 3.9 yards per carry. He's going to be the guy that's the cloud of dust when he gets the football. And then we have a bigger halfback as well in Caden Rahr from the other wing. He's got 69 carries for 280 yards. It's the power that they bring from one side, and it's the speed that they bring from Race Wilson. But those 2 guys really are those two wing back positions with the fullback. That creates so much problems for the defense. And then you throw in Caleb Deere, 4 different guys that can carry the football on any given play. And then sometimes you have to get it through the air, and they get big hits that way too.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why this team is so effective. You never know what you're going to get from these guys.
Yeah,
you don't know if you're going to get ran over by Isaac Kanega or if you're going to get juked out by Race Wilson. It's really fun to watch.
And you talk about the passing game a little bit. Dylan Bile, Aiden Knodel are your wide receivers. They actually have 4 guys on the roster who have more than 21 yards per reception. So you can see a lot of big hitting plays. So when you see that they don't pass it a lot, there's so many times where you have just the power hits you, the power hits you, the power hits you. Those safeties sneak up, and all of a sudden, boom, over the top, and they hit you on a deep one.
And that's the beauty of football, right? The more that you're able to run and efficiently run, receiving is going to open up over the top, and you got a big play on your hands.
So you see the Mustangs the Mustangs the defensive starters are starting, so the Mustangs are going to start on defense. So this is probably something that the Mustangs want. They want to see if they can get the other team off the field quickly, get that ball control going, and from there, we'll see what happens. So with that, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back here for the tip.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
By the North Dakota High School Activities Association and have been
So we do want to thank Essentia Health for being the proud sponsor of our Cheyenne High School's Mustang Media Team and this broadcast. Essentia Health, care close to home. And so we're going to start with the Mustangs kicking off to this high-powered Mandan offense. Wallstrom, we have number 1 versus number 2. We said the first quarter is going to probably be a lot of fireworks. We're going to see how this plays out real early. We're going to see if the strength of the Mustang defense is going to hold up against the strength of this Mandan offense. I am excited. How about you?
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We're looking forward to this all week. And it's interesting, we're going to see the test right away. How is the defense going to hold up against this explosive offense? Because it will not be easy for this defense.
It will not. You know, we did call 23 seniors out on senior night. So this is an experienced football team by this point in the season. There's a lot of seniors on this team. Obviously coming back after winning the state title. Some of those players got a lot of playing time. But it's this crew of seniors that wants to make their own mark. And really, they're going to have to do it tonight in order to grab that number 1 seed. You get 2 home field games if you win this game. In the playoffs, and that is pivotal if you want to make your run to that championship game.
Absolutely. The road to the Dome starts now. You want all the home playoff games that you can get.
So we're going to start with the opening kickoff. Mustangs here to kick. Number 36 for the Mustangs is your kicker. He's done a really good job. That is Chase Adlin, and he boots it off, and we get started here. Fair catch called for by the Mandan Braves, and with that, we're going to hear the starting lineup for your Cheyenne defense.
Carter Menz, DN, out of the Horace Elementary.
Mason Hart, D tackle, the South Elementary.
Ryder Weigel, nose guard, Freedom Elementary.
Chase Otterson, DN, the Horace Elementary. Buzz Buzz.
Nick Renner, middle linebacker, the Horace Hornets. Buzz Buzz.
Ross Olson, linebacker, the Oak Grove Elementary.
Kason Menz, linebacker, the Horace Elementary.
Taj Schlichting, cornerback, South Elementary. Go Stars.
Connor Methewins the first, cornerback, the Freedom Elementary.
Noah Olson, strong safety, the Horace Elementary.
Mark Johnson, free safety, the Horace Elementary. Buzz Boys.
So first play of the game is a completion from Carlson to Jablonski. There was Laundry on the field, but he did catch the ball in coverage. That was Ty Schlichting. We're going to see Jablonski a lot tonight. Big play starting for Mandan here. Carlson in the pistol now. Wide right, wide left. Another pass, drops back, going deep to the left side this time. This time it is over the top and, bobbled and out of bounds. He did have his receiver. That was number 7. That was Frank this time.
Yeah, Mustangs very fortunate on that one to come up with the incompletion. Nice over-the-shoulder toss there by Max Carlson, and luckily for us, it came up as an incompletion.
So we highlighted a couple guys early, and they both got looks right away from the outside. Carlson looks right on the first one. He does connect on that first one to the All-State receiver in Jablonski. The second one, he goes over to Frank, right through the hands. Great balls both by Carlson, and so he's back into the pistol again. This time he's got his receivers on the left side. Second down. This one's up the middle. A run for a couple of yards, and I think that one goes to Lincoln Wiseman, the aforementioned halfback stud for Mandan.
Absolutely. First 3 plays, we see their first 3 skill position studs. Didn't take long.
And that's going to be a lot of work. We did show the starting lineups there. Actually, one of our defensive tackles in the starting lineup that was not mentioned is Oakley Brown. Those two defensive tackles are really going to have to do a number to stop the leading rusher in Lincoln Wiseman. And so now we have a third down situation, 3rd and long, exactly where the Mustangs want them. Let's see if they can hold up again into the pistol. Snap goes back. A little bit of a fake. This one is a back shoulder throw, and it is completed. That is Jablonski again. It looks like that Schlichting is going to chase him around on both sides. Looks that time that was a really good back shoulder throw that really found the receiver on the left side. Boy, tough opening defensive series for the Mustangs. Mandan able to connect on some big shots.
And there's a reason that this team was able to put up 60-plus points a couple times this year. We're seeing it right now.
Back into the pistol here. At about the 13-yard line, we have a first down. This one's going to go to Wiseman. No, sorry, this one. Yep, that one does go to Wiseman, but there is a flag prior to the play. We'll get the call here. I'm assuming that it's a pre-snap penalty of a false start, and it is. That is going to send them back 5 yards. And boy, if you're, Coach, if you're moving the ball, and then you get that 5-yard penalty, those can really be drive killers.
It can really be a killer, I tell you what, and that gives the defense a little bit of confidence as well after some big plays that have been put on them right away in the beginning here.
Certainly with the high-power offense that Mandan has, that's not going to shut them down immediately. It is 1st and 15, again into the pistol. We got twins right this time. Carlson, a little bit of motion. Carlson hands it off. That's Wiseman again. Stopped at the line. I think the leading tackle there for the Mustangs is number 74. I believe that was Oakley Brown, as we talked about at the defensive tackle position. He was able to grab Wiseman, pull him back, so a very short gain on first down, maybe a yard. So now we got a 2nd and 14.
Absolutely. Love to see the line getting after it there to stop down Wiseman. We can't allow him to get hot now with these wide receivers getting a groove.
So again into the shotgun formation. Mustangs defense, spread with the twins right here. You see Renner making the call for the defense. Carlson drops back. That one is again into the corner, and big hit. Ball comes free.
Yep, big hit there by Marcus Johnson. Break that ball up.
That one again is they seem to be kind of working that back shoulder throw on the right side, the left side. That one does fall incomplete. Nice hit there by the safety. I think that was Noah Olson that was able to come in and knock that one free. Ball did get to the hands of the receiver, though. So now we're going to get into 3rd down, 3rd and long. This is an important stop here for the Mustangs. Let's see if Mandan is able to come up with something big toward the end zone, or if they're going to play for 4 downs here. Snap comes back, handoff, and met in the backfield. Tremendous play. And that was I believe, can't quite tell who made the tackle on that one. It was a kind of a mirage of guys that might have been.
I saw 51 Ross Olson back there.
So now they're going to attempt a field goal here. We're sitting at, he's holding at the 26-yard line. This is a 36-yard attempt. Boy, if the Mustangs can get out of this without giving up a point, they're doing something pretty good. We'll see. Snap is high, gets it down. Kick is long enough, and it is good. So there you go. Mustangs do end up bending but not breaking entirely, do give up the first 3 points. Mandan Braves 3, Sheyenne Mustangs 1. We're going to go to a quick break. So welcome back. It is 3-0 here in favor of the Mandan Braves, the number 2 team versus the number 1 team. So Mustangs are about to have their first possession. What are we going to expect of the Mustangs here?
Well, I tell you what, the Mustangs are very fortunate to come out of that with only 3 points. I expect Jeremy Newton to come out here with with an aggressive offense, but also not break away from what's worked for them.
That's right. So the reception there at the 20-yard line, we'd actually bring it back to about the 35. So that's where the Mustangs offense will start, and we will hear the Mustang starters.
Tackles made by number 42, Wyatt Peel.
Aiden Knodel, wide receiver, Independence Bulldogs. Let's ride.
Carter Okeson, left guard, Independence Elementary.
Bryce Kane, left tackle, Houston Clark Elementary.
Mason Hart, right guard, the South Elementary.
Logan Wickenheiser, center, the Horace Elementary. Buzz Buzz.
Kate Petchak, right tackle, Freedom Elementary.
Dylan Bile, wide receiver, Freedom Elementary.
Dana Ron, running back, Freedom Elementary.
Race Wilson, slot back out of the Freedom Elementary.
Taylor Deere, quarterback, Aurora Elementary.
Isaac Kanega, fullback, Independence Elementary. Go Bulldogs.
That is a Mustangs.
So that is a 11-yard carry by Isaac Kanega to start. Wallstrom, we saw what Mandan does. They throw the ball. We saw what the Mustangs do. Tight flex to Kanega, big run.
Absolutely. Two different style offenses here. Let's see which one will win.
Snap there. This one goes to Race Wilson on the left side. He's got a lot of room, and he's getting up the field, too. That's going to be about a 16-yard gain for Race Wilson off the left-hand side. So first play goes to dive. Second play outside to the speedy Race Wilson.
And this is what happens with the Sheyenne Mustangs, right? You get power with the first play, and now we're coming out wide with lightning with Race Wilson.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of kind of heavy in-your-face kind of running to start this. Let's see if they can control the ball a little bit here. They're moving it pretty quickly. Tight flex again. This one's going to go back to Kanega up the front, and he breaks the first tackle, and he's finding a way down to get all the way 10 yards. Boy, he's going to be right near a first down again. Kanega coming out running hard.
Hey, I tell you what, this guy can squat over 500 pounds. He's no joke.
No, he is
You do not want to run across him.
Yeah, that's a great start there for Isaac Kanega. He had a couple of ankle injury games here the last month or so, so he looks healthy. Boy, he's running people over tonight. Back into the tight flex again. It's Deere. This time it's to Caden Rahr on the right side. That one's closed up pretty quickly by the Mandan defenders. And I think we're going to be sitting at about a third and maybe, they are actually going to give him first down yardage. So he was able to push his way through. So we said thunder and lightning. We saw a little bit of both of those already. Power from Rahr, power from Kanega, and speed from Race.
Absolutely. And we've yet to see a pass, but this is pretty common for a Cheyenne Mustang football team.
In the red zone especially, the one person that you kind of forget to account for is Caleb Deere. Another dive play in a big, big gap and a stiff arm. And he gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. Tremendous run by Isaac Kanega. He was trucking people all the way through, all the way to the end zone, just short, and now we're going to be sitting at the 1-yard line. Boy, if you're Coach Jeremy Newton, you got to love the way the Mustang offense is running the ball.
Absolutely. Feed that workhorse. Gave him a Derrick Henry stiff arm right there. I love to see it out of Isaac Kanega. As you can see there, he squats 515 pounds. You want to go up against that guy?
I do not. Tight flex again, and they're going to give it right back to him. He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Isaac Kanega. What a tremendous series for that man. Boy, he had the ball moving left on dive. He had the ball moving right on dive, and Mandan linebackers were just not home on that series.
I tell you what, senior night, and Isaac Kanega came to play on the first drive.
So here we go. The Mustangs probably score a little quicker than we anticipated. We thought this was going to be more of a ball control, but when your dives hit like that here, it's only 7:14 to go in the first quarter, and the Mustangs strike pretty quickly, winning at the line of scrimmage on that drive. And so now we got the extra point coming. Snap is good. Gets that down, and the extra point is good. So with that, the Mustangs take their first lead of the night, 7-3. Quinn, this is a good one.
Hey, I told you, the key to the game before this was power up front. And our front seven won that battle, that drive.
They absolutely did. So we'll see. The Mustangs are going to be coming back on defense here. The back shoulder throw was definitely the look that Mandan was looking for in this first series. The one thing that we didn't talk about pregame was special teams. Mustangs, have given up some big plays, but they've also made some really big plays on the special teams front. Mandan has some big special teams plays as well. So when you have big teams that do great things, sometimes that is the X factor. So we'll see who wins the special teams battle tonight. Mandan got the first 3 points on special teams. Let's see if anybody makes a big play on the kick.
Absolutely. Special teams, you listen to any great coach. They say the game is won with special teams.
So back to kick here is Adlin, number 36. Last time he came, he got a little bit of a pooch kick to the right-hand side. They fair caught it. They were comfortable with just being where it was here, about the 35-yard line. We'll see if that's the play again. Again, it's a pooch kick. This one's a little in front, fair catch. And he catches it at about the 39-yard line. So with that, here comes the Mustang defense, and here comes that Mandan offense.
Yep, and let's see what these Mustang corners and safeties can figure out with Carlson back there. Some big-time plays in that first drive. Let's see if these guys can close it up a little bit.
They were able to find those one-on-one coverage with the back shoulder throws. The Mandan was bringing their wide receivers really out wide, so the safety help wasn't quite there. Really kind of left the corners on an island. Boy, the hardest defensive play to make as a corner is a back shoulder defensive play, and we'll see if they go back to that again. So Carlson in the pistol once again. Big dive there to Wiseman, but nothing going. And great play off the edge.
There you see number 8, Menz.
We said already that Carter Menz, he does have 11 tackles for loss. He has 9 sacks, 24 solo tackles. Boy, when you watch him come off the edge, it's impressive.
Absolutely. The speed, the power, the skill. He's a great player.
There's a reason that he is a D1.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Mandan now coming out in about a 2nd and 10. No gain on that first play. Right at the 40-yard line is where they're marking him. Have to get to the 50 for a first down. Again into the pistol formation. Carlson takes a snap. Holds the ball, and this time again, Menz in the backfield, making a big play. Looked like there was some type of a read, pulled that ball out of Wiseman's hand and kept it himself, and right waiting in the wings is Carter Menz.
Absolutely. You saw that in the pre-snap there. They did a little shift there on the line. Carter Menz ended up on the left side there, swallowed him up for a loss.
Yeah, you're going to see that a lot from the Mustang defense. They're going to move Menz to the side that they think he's going to have most advantage from. And here they are. Again, Mandan, although they've got that big play potential, they are in a 3rd and long position again for the 2nd time in 2 drives here. So we've got about a 3rd and 14. Now we got, again, this time 4 wide receiver set, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Snap back. This one's maybe a little bit of a miscommunication on the outside to number 19.
Absolutely very good. Looks like the defense is starting to gain some confidence here. It's exactly what you like to see.
That is Mendenwald that he was looking for on the right-hand side, who also has a lot of receptions for Mandan on the year. But, he stopped at about a 5-yard hitch, and Carlson was looking for something a little bit deeper, so Mandan's going to have to go into a punt formation. We said there was going to be a lot of fireworks in the first quarter. It's been a lot of back and forth considering we only have 5:40 to go in the first quarter.
Tell you what, points are going to be plentiful in this one. I have a feeling.
Little bit of pressure there, and that was a great kick over the top of Race Wilson. Might get all the way into the end zone, and it does. Mustangs fortunate. Tremendous kick there for Mandan. That is their punter, number 48, Tristan Ulmer. What a boot, and he's only a sophomore.
Absolutely great kick there. Got a friendly roll, but fortunately for us, it landed in the end zone.
We do want to say hi, of course, to Jackson Miller tonight, the voice of the Mustangs, who is on vacation. He's texting us wildly. He's probably missing this job, but, he got out into Phoenix to play some golf, so he's probably loving that too. So I hope you're doing well out there, Jackson. I hope you shot even today.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to do Jackson right by being in here, I tell you what.
Pre-snap penalty.
Got some laundry on the field.
Not exactly sure. That came out quick. Didn't even look like the Mustangs were trying to be set yet, but I think they're going to say a false start is the penalty. That's going to set the Mustangs back 5 yards, and just like we said before, you get that laundry on the field and get into 1st and 15. That makes it tough, especially if you're a power offense.
Absolutely. You're starting behind here without even running your first play.
Still back into that tight flex formation. We'll see if they keep going to the Canega here with power. Again, a pre-snap penalty. This one, he's kicking the flag back to the line of scrimmage. Assume that this is again going to be a false start, and it is. Coach Jeremy Newton is not going to be happy about those 2 penalties. He's probably asking for a little bit of an explanation. I didn't see anything on either of those snaps, but somebody must be moving.
Absolutely. I think the guys are just a little bit anxious here with senior night and this big, big game. They're a little jumpy.
So that makes it 1st and 20 for the Mustangs from their 10-yard line. We'll see if that changes the play calling. It doesn't look like the Mustangs are going to change their formation here. Still into a tight flex. This one goes wide left to Race Wilson, and he hits the outside hard. Oh, end over end there to pick up about 7 or so on the first down, depending on where they mark him.
Absolutely. If he was able to get that edge there, he got tripped up right at the end, but that was looking for a first down from Race Wilson.
You see, boy, when he hits that edge, it looks like it could be 6 in a heartbeat. So probably a little bit fortunate that Mandan was able to grab his shoelace, get him down there. Nice run there by Race Wilson to get the Mustangs back to about a 2nd and 12. Dive play again. This one is to number 20. Kanega again with power up on the left side. Nice little run there, gets them to about a manageable 3rd and 5 after starting 1st and 20. So kind of at the 3rd and 5 position, Quinn, your playbook's probably wide open.
Absolutely. We got 1st and 20. If you can get down in 2 drives to a 3rd and manageable, you're sitting pretty.
So we'll stay into the tight flex, it looks like. Same personnel. And it looks like they might have got Mandan to jump on the motion by Race Wilson. That is going to be a pretty nasty penalty, I think, by Mandan that gets the Mustangs a first down after Mandan was able to get them to start in a 1st and 20. That penalty hurts.
Absolutely. But, hey, sometimes you got to get yards by any means necessary. If you got to use a little trickery, got to use a little motion at the line of scrimmage, may as well.
So now they're at this 1st and 10 position at right around the 30-yard line, a little bit past the 30. Deer snaps it. He holds it this time. They are in a great move by Deer. He sneaks through those 2 tacklers. Not exactly sure how he got that. We talked about his passing, but boy, you watch his running, the speed, and you know, it's an appropriate last name. He's got those long arms. He runs like a deer, and he may in fact be the fastest guy in the field today.
Absolutely. You see him in the open field, and it's a blur. I tell you, he cut through those 2 defenders like a knife.
Great run there by Caleb Deer. That's a first down. Now the Mustangs looking to the, Barry Pinu in from the left side. He's not able to get much more than maybe 3. Gang tackled there by a handful of Mandan defenders on the left-hand side. Barry Pinu is obviously the younger brother of Barika Pinu, and he's a tremendous junior running back. Speed and you know, despite his maybe shorter stature, he's got power.
Oh, absolutely. You see him walking in the halls. He is a large man.
Pound for pound,
he loves
might
the
be
weight
one
room.
of the smartest, strongest guys out there. Handoff, Race Wilson, left side, and he's kind of bumped into the back by Isaac Kanega on the block on the left side. That looked like the play was blown up by number 42. I think that is Wyatt Peel on the right side of the defensive Mandan right side. There might be a linebacker there, I think, number 42. Yeah, he is a linebacker. Junior Wyatt Peel. Great play there. And that's going to make it a 3rd and long for the Mustangs.
Absolutely. And again, people to keep your eyes on. Jablonski is their cornerback 1. And Tarai Frank, their strong safety.
Again, Pinu on the right-hand side. This time he hits the edge. He does get wide all the way to about the 38-yard line, which will bring up about a 4th and 1. Decision time for Sheyenne, but you know, Coach Newton, there is probably no decision. The man goes for it on 4th down. So we're going to see, you got, again, a full complement of plays that you can run here on 4th down. 1 yard to play. Probably not going to be surprised if this one goes into a dive formation. This time it's actually number 27, Caden Rahr in the fullback position. We haven't seen that all year.
Yeah, I tell you what, you never know what you're going to get there with the 3rd and 1. We got hit with a little option play there. Yeah, great run there by Caden Rahr.
Wow, right up the gut. You know, maybe given a few extra ways for Caden Rahr to get the football too here. And you know, if you get the 1-2 punch of Caden Rahr and you're able to come back with Kanega, that's a lot of power coming straight downfield.
Absolutely. It's going to tire out the middle of that defense for sure.
Oh, there we go. Drop back to pass. This one was bounced at the feet of Dylan Bile. That was number 52 in very quickly. Caden Steele, senior linebacker from Mandan, that forced Deer to get rid of that one kind of quickly. Not able to actually even really get that pattern out.
Yep, Mandan was quick to get in the backfield there, rushed Deer, and just kind of spiked it in the ground there at Bile's feet.
So now the Mustangs sitting at a 2nd and 10. We got 2:04 to go in the first. This one is Caden Rahr again, and he's, ooh. And that's what we talked about. You know, these fullbacks, we said Thunder and Lightning. Now, Mandan knows what we mean by Thunder. Those two boys, when you meet them at that spot, they're going to hit you. You're not going to hit them. And that's, unfortunately, when you're a linebacker, you got to find a way to get low. Those boys are big.
Absolutely. I cannot even imagine what it would be like to come across these guys in the open field coming through the hole there. The difficult. These guys are large.
So again, Caden Rahr to the backfield there after a couple of nice runs at the fullback position. This one goes to Pinu on the right side. He has a great run, and he cuts it back. He runs over a guy and gets all the way to the 7-yard line. Great run by Barry Pinu.
Mustangs must have ate their Wheaties this morning. They are absolutely breaking tackles out here. You can't get them down.
And you see at the end of that run, number 13 for Mandan tries to come up. That's Devin Church. And he was making a prayer there, Devin Church, trying to get Barry Pinu down. He was able to sneak him down, but Barry definitely dropped that shoulder.
Love the intensity by the running backs here.
So now we're sitting at about the 6-yard line. Handoff. Great play there by the defensive front for Mandan. That is number 52 again into the backfield. He's made a couple of nice plays there, Caden Steele. So now we're sitting at about a 2nd and 5. 2nd and goal from about the 5-yard line.
And I love seeing out of these Mustang fullbacks and halfbacks here the second effort they keep putting after contact. They're not just falling over. They're pushing for every yard. They know how important every yard is in a matchup like this.
Yeah, one of the most unforgotten stats in football is the yak yards, the yards after contact. And, boy, the Mustangs are winning that tonight. This one, the ball comes loose. And I think Mandan may have come up with it. Exchange between Deere. I think he was trying to pull that one. Maybe he was actually going to give it to Rahr. There was something in the exchange that wasn't clean. Ball comes free. Mandan is saved by the Mustang turnover at the 5-yard line. Boy, that's a first quarter game changer right there.
Yeah, it looked like Deere was just trying to maybe pull it back. It was tough to tell really what his intention was there, but regardless, turnover there and a momentum killer for a very explosive Sheyenne offense to start the game.
So now the Mandan offense is going to have a long field to work with, but boy, they're an explosive group. So they have 94 yards to make headway into a touchdown. They come out into split formation again. Got Carlson in the back, in the pistol. He takes the snap, looking for something across the middle of the field. That looks like it was going to go to number 48. Well, that was Peel, they said.
42, yep, Peel, another guy that plays both sides of the ball. We mentioned him as a linebacker, and we also see him out there on offense.
Pretty good coverage there. You can see what Mandan's looking for in their offense is, they probably are thinking to themselves, I only got about 2-3 seconds before I got to make a quick decision. I got some ends that are probably coming at me pretty quick, and quick hitting passes there. That one floats over the middle, incomplete. So now we have a 2nd and 10. 22 seconds to go in the first quarter.
That's the great thing about having explosive ends here. Got to rush the quarterback. He knows that he's got to make a decision quick.
This one is handoff to Wiseman from on the left side. He is grabbed momentarily, and he powers his way all the way to about the 14-yard line, a pickup of about 9 on the carry.
Yeah, Mustang was able to grab his heel there. That slowed him down just enough to be able to get the rest of the reinforcements there to get him down.
So that's going to be a 3rd and 1 situation, and the end of the first quarter. As advertised, Quinn, 7-3 Mustangs. We got a good one.
Absolutely, it's going to be fun.
Number 1 versus number 2. We're going to take a quick timeout. So we're going to flip the field, and Mandan's going to be moving left to right on a pretty critical situation here. And early in the game, it is 3rd and 1 with their backs up against their own end zone. We haven't seen Mandan to really push Lincoln Wiseman much. We did expect, obviously, that he was going to be really critical to their offense, and his first big run there of 9 yards. We'll see if they feed him again.
He's their leading touchdown scorer with 13, tied with Max Carlson. So we'll see if we get him more into the offense here.
And he is behind Carlson, who is in the pistol. Get a little bit of motion there, and that's going to get a fullback dive to number 42, and he does get the first down. Nice play call there by Mandan. Wyatt Peel able to pick it up. He motioned into the backfield, and he was able to get right in between the tackles there and pick up about 3. So now they will have a new set of downs at about 18-yard line. So
it's like the Mandan Braves are putting out a little Cheyenne offense here, just ground and pound here.
Yeah, you got to wonder how much, if you're going to be conservative there, you don't want to turn the ball over with your back on your own goal line. So maybe just trying to get a little bit of space before they can open up their offense here. But now they got a full set of downs.
See if we can get here, maybe an air out. It's been a while since they've done that.
See if they go man coverage on both sides. This time they're looking to the outside, and again a back shoulder throw. Tremendous play there. That's number 7.
Yep, that's Tarai Frank.
And he's got 8 touchdowns on the year, and they're really working that sideline back shoulder throw. Great balls there by Carlson. He's throwing the ball really well.
Absolutely. I mean, if this is working this well, why would you stop, right? Back shoulder, it's tough for those safeties to get over there and help out.
I'm sure what they're talking about is when do you turn your head, and how do you be able to bat that ball down on the back shoulder? Toughest play to defend. So again, Carlson in the pistol, same formation, first down. That's a handoff to Wiseman, who's able to sneak through for about 3 or 4 yards. We'll call it 4 on first down. So great little first down game.
Yeah, back to those Carlson tosses. These are no easy pass to make, and he is making it look easy out here, and that's the reason why he's got almost 1,500 yards on the season.
Yeah, he's absolutely one of the best quarterbacks in the entire state of North Dakota. He's showing you why he is thought that way. His ball looks really nice tonight, nice tight spiral. It is a nice calm. You couldn't ask for better weather for a fall football game at the end of the season outdoors. So again, now we're going to go 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Carlson drops back. That one is handed off, and big hit into the backfield. Great play. I think that's Oakley Brown that made that one.
Yep, Oakley Brown. Way to get in the backfield there. Nice work.
He sheds his defender, and he's able to get to Lincoln Wiseman before Wiseman's able to even put his foot in the ground. And so that's going to be a loss of maybe a half a yard or a yard, and that's going to create a 3rd and 6-ish situation, maybe 7 we're going to call it. And so 3rd and 7, Mustangs probably going to pin their ears back on the edge.
So you can hear the crowd kind of get into it a little bit. It's a beautiful night for some football. Fans are feeling it.
Carlson in his pistol formation. Twins right. Looking to the left side into signal coverage. Oh, great pass completion. And that is going to be another first down, I think, in coverage number 6. I think that was Anson coverage. He actually had really tight coverage on him there, and just a better pass, better catch, and cleaned up there on the back end by Noah Olson. But, boy, single coverage, you can't get tighter than that. Again, Carlson puts it right on the button.
These 2 wideouts for the Mandan Braves, they're dangerous. And just when you think you can get one side contained, the other side breaks free. Speaking of the boys on the outside, we got both of them on the near side of the field. Handoff this time goes to Wiseman. He's able to sneak free from the tackle on the left side and pick up about 4. Yeah, great example of Wiseman's elusiveness here.
Gets to the edge.
Quick jukes in and out there. Able to get a solid game.
And you see that from great running backs. You get the 1 foot in the ground and then square up those shoulder pads and get moving downfield. Great run there by Wiseman. And so now the Mandan Braves in about a 2nd down and 6. Moving the ball well. Started back on their own goal line. Twins right again. Snap goes to Carlson. Handoff Wiseman. Left side again. Wiseman breaks free. He picks up a first down and then a little bit more, all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, solid run there by Wiseman. You have to wonder if maybe the defense is having a little fatigue here. You start getting back-to-back consecutive first downs on you. All of a sudden.
Great play calling, too, by Mandan. You put those 2 wideouts in Jablonski and Frank on the right-hand side. Defense starts to maybe lean a little bit that direction. Then you move the ball to the left side with Wiseman going to the left. And that really that makes the defense stretch the field so much. And you got to rely on guys to make one-on-one tackles. And Wiseman won the battle there.
Yeah, this is the problem. We said it all game long with these skill positions. They're hard to contain. They have a lot of weapons, Mandan Braves.
Snap comes back, looking to the left side. Ooh! That one into the breadbasket of Ty Schlichting. I think he was probably thinking that he was going to turn that and run away with it. Surprised that it maybe was thrown behind the receiver a little bit, got up on his shoulder real fast and knocked it down. Good coverage there by Ty Schlichting. Probably wishes he could have got the INT.
Yeah, just a prime example there of head moving a little quicker than your body.
So now we got a 2nd and 10 situation. Twins right. And Jablonski and Frank. Wiseman in the backfield. Carlson takes the snap. He hands it off to Wiseman to the left side. They find that spot to be open yet again, and they pick up 9 from the left tackle position. Nice run there by Wiseman.
Yep, when we get that Twins right on the right side of the field, that really opens up the left side, and we've seen them utilize that many times now, and it's been working for them.
So it is going to be a 3rd down situation. He came up about a foot short. 7:22 to go in the 2nd quarter. This could end up being a big play. We'll see what Mandan's got in store for their play call. Snap comes back. That is a fullback dive. This time the Mandan Braves push the defensive line forward, and that is a pickup of about 3, a 1st down for the Mandan Braves.
Yep, quick fullback drive there. Able to pick up necessary yardage. Four more downs.
We've seen that on short yardage a couple times here. Peel kind of going to that fullback position. Sometimes they got him in that tight end spot, and then they move him over to the fullback, and he dives right through. A good push by the Mandan front, too. So now we got a 1st down and go. About 22 to go before they can find the end zone. This is the bend or break kind of period in your base defense. Let's see if the Mustangs can tighten up.
We got that Twins right again.
Snap back to Carlson. He looks left, and then there's nothing.
Swallowed up in the backfield. Looks like there, number 16, Kaysen Menz Jr.
That's the little brother. I don't know if you can call Kaysen Menz little anything, but that is the little brother of Carter Menz. And Cole Menz, obviously their older brother, playing at NDSU. Great football family. That's a good sack to start off this defensive sequence here. Let's see if the Mustangs, keep dialing that back up. Interesting that that's the first time we've seen Carlson pull the ball down, not make a quick decision. He didn't like what he saw on the left side. So we'll see if the Mustangs are able to do something to confuse Carlson yet again, because that was the first time that he didn't like what he saw. Wiseman to the left again. He's able to break free again. Nice pickup on the left side.
Yeah, Wiseman is really loving that left side of the field, eating up yards.
So that's a pickup of about 7 yards, and that puts them in a 3rd and 5 situation. This is going to be a critical play call.
Mandan doing a great job at getting the 3rd and manageables. They're taking care of their business on the 1st and 2nd down, not leaving themselves susceptible to some long 3rd down yards.
So here we are, 3rd and 5. Twins right to the near side of the field, and Jablonski and Frank. Wiseman behind Carlson, who's in the pistol. They motion right, back to Wiseman. This time he's blown up in the backfield, and we have a couple of guys coming back out. Initial contact made by Nick Renner, and cleaned up. Great job in the backfield. He does lead the Mustangs in tackles for loss, and it's Menz and Oakley Brown there to kind of clean it up behind him.
Yeah,
nice work.
Nick Renner there, able to get in there and stop any type of momentum that running back had, and then Menz able to finish it off.
So now we got a 4th and 5 decision time, and I think we'll see here 4:38 to go. Are they going to go for it? Are they going to kick it? They did kick the field goal the first time. It looks like they are actually going to be going for this one.
Big time play here, Aaron.
So this might be momentum shifting kind of thing. We had the momentum shift a little bit with the turnover. This could be a turnover on downs. He drops back. Pump fake, looking left. That one is going to skate out of the end zone. Uncatchable. There was some contact probably, but I think they're going to say that ball was well out of bounds before that contact was made. A double move formation or double move pattern there, and that does sail out. Good coverage there by number 6, Connor Ince.
Absolutely. I was almost half expecting some flag there, and thank God that it was overthrown, and we're able to walk away there with turnover on downs.
Hey, Mustang fans, Bell Bank Mortgage is proud to support the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Rates are great, so if you're considering moving up or maybe even becoming a homeowner for the first time, talk to the experts at Bell. We'll help you make home happen. Bell Bank Mortgage, equal housing lender. Go Mustangs. Mustangs with the ball here. Handoff to Kanega. He goes up the front and sneaks in about 3 yards. That was one of the first times Mandan was able to kind of snake into the backfield a little bit and trip him up.
Yeah, Kanega's been basically having his way out there today. It's kind of got to this point in the second quarter where it's rare to see him only get 2-3 yards.
We'll see what Mustangs do with 3:51 to go in this first half. It's, the first quarter felt like it was kind of bang bang. Now it slowed things down a little bit in the second quarter. Option play, that goes pitch out to Wilson. Really well played there by Mandan on the edge. They saw that one coming.
Yep, they absolutely did. Didn't work out there for the Mustangs. We'll get reloaded here.
That was three phases that the Mandan Braves played well. They played the fullback, hit him right at the line. Then they got up to Deer, and they had the pitch man, so they were ready for that play coming to that side. So here we go, the Mustangs in a 3rd and long situation. Haven't seen them really pass much. We saw one pass play, but it was quickly defended by Mandan. So not sure if this is going to be a situation where, they're going to look for, are we okay with running and punting and playing our defense, or we'll see what kind of play. We've got trips right, motion, Knodel. They're going to look to Knodel, I think, in the flat there, and great tackle there by Mandan.
Knodel there able to pull it in. Aiden Knodel there with 119 yards on the year, averaged 23.8, so he's a big-time play receiver, and has got 1 touchdown.
Hey, really good, obviously Deer hit him right on the hands. Knodel came through in the motion, but there's better defense by Mandan. They were right there to read it. They had the guys played over the top on the right side, and Knodel running underneath and chased them down. So out to punt here will be Entz. Jablonski to return. Pretty good punt there by Entz. Gets it over the top. Great punt, in fact. It is caught. Jablonski, a lot of speed. They got him running back. He does get to the edge and bopped out of bounds there by number 11. I think that's Brian Bradshaw cleaning that one up. Tremendous punt there by Entz. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 30.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable.
So back to live action here after the short break. Mandan with about 55 yards to go. Short side of the field, well defended there by number 6. That's Entz again on tight coverage. Boy, honest to God, the Mustangs have had tremendous coverage on these Mandan receivers tonight. The ball is on the money, hitting the hands.
You had to believe that was a focus for the Mustangs this week, knowing the danger that these Mandan wide receivers bring out. The big key for them defensively throughout practice this week was the corners and the strong safeties, making sure they're in position.
So now Mandan sitting at a 2nd and 10 from about the 42-yard line. Carlson into the pistol. Handoff Wiseman. Left side, he sneaks through and breaks that tackle. He is about ready to break this one for a big one, boys. Cuts it back into the middle of the field, still alive. Gets it all the way down to the 25-yard line. Lincoln Wiseman making some plays.
Not sure what happened there. Looks like our middle linebacker. I'm not sure what happened there, but Wiseman was able to just sneak right through there past our second line of defenders and open that one up. And you can see why this running back is so dangerous.
Yeah, you saw the balance, man. He got through, almost got tripped up, got almost tackled again, kept going, spun around one more guy, picked up a big run there, about 25 yards. Read option, gets into the halfback. Carlson held it for quite a while, and the Mustangs kind of had it red on both spots there, and tackled in the backfield.
Solid answer there by the Mustang defense after the big play.
So now Mandan on the door, knocking again with 1:07 to go in this first half. this is going to be, the series that's going to determine who comes into the locker room with the lead. 26 yards to go to pay dirt, and you got the lead going into halftime. So now we're sitting at 50 seconds to go. Mandan in the pistol again. Snap comes back, drops back. He's looking down, and he's gobbled up in the backfield. Sack. That is the defensive tackle, Ryder Weigel, on the sack. You got to give credit to the D-backs on that one. That was a coverage sack.
Absolutely. Carlson had nowhere to go. Wasn't quite sure what he was going to do. Held it a little too long. Boys were able to swallow him up. Great defensive play here with 30 seconds left.
Timeout, Mandan, 30 seconds to go. 7-3 Mustangs. We're taking a break. Welcome back to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. It is 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Quinn, Mustangs up 7-3. 3rd and 13. This might be the play that determines whether or not the Mustangs go into the half with the lead, or the Mandan Braves able to break that Mustangs defense and find a way to get in.
Next 30 seconds here really are going to decide the direction of this game. If Mustangs get away, get out of here with no points, that'd be huge.
Trips to the far side of the field. Haven't seen this one. Looking on that single coverage side, and great coverage again by Ty Schlichting, and that just out of the reach of the Mandan receiver. I believe that was number 19.
Yep, Rustin Mendenwald there, cornerback and wide receiver.
Yeah, so they've looked for Mendenwald's way a couple of different times there. This time they just sailed it a little long, and so now it's 4th down. Probably in that position where you have to go for it. You probably can't kick it here, and it's not worth punting. So we'll see what the position is that Mandan is looking for here. Obviously, if you're a guy like Menz, Grant Knodel probably on the other side, you're pinning your ears back and you're looking for a sack here to end this thing.
Whatever energy you got left in this half, got to use it right now.
Again, that same formation we just saw, trips left, and we are going to get a timeout this time by Mandan. So with that, it is 7-3, 27 seconds to go. We're going to take a quick timeout. So it all comes down to this fourth down play, Quinn.
Tell you what, I'm sweating up here, Aaron.
Yeah, I gotta imagine defensive coordinator Josh Karch and Jeremy Newton, who's as cool as a cucumber. They're probably still feeling a little bit of tension here too, because this is the down that probably is going to determine whether or not who gets to go with that lead into halftime. So we got now. Twins to the left. Carlson in the pistol. He's looking left. Great coverage again. Laundry comes out late, but they're going to say, I think, that number 16 in coverage there.
Kason Menz there, yep.
I think he just didn't get his head around in time. Boy, it was bang, bang. I think if you're the official, you're probably just looking, does the defensive player get his head turned, and when does that contact happen? And so that 4th down play turns into a 1st down for Mandan on the pass interference. And so they get a new set of downs here.
At this point now, you're just waiting. You're playing the clock game here. You want that 20 seconds to run off.
So in for the Mustangs, number 74. That's Oakley Brown back into the game. Probably considering whether or not they're going to shoot something up the middle with Wiseman here. So bring in your big D tackle and get rid of your pass rusher. So So this is exactly what we expected, Quinn Wallstrom. 7-3, power versus power. You know, the Mustangs got to feel good that they've holding this Mandan Braves offense to 3 points so far, but we'll see how it finishes up in the half here. 21 seconds to go. Pass to the right-hand side. It pops up into the air, and it's intercepted! Great
Absolutely.
play.
Marcus Johnson got it off the bobble there.
Oh, man, tremendous defensive play initially by number 16. That's Menz who got the penalty on the last one. He knocks that free, and it comes free to Marcus Johnson, who had a pick six the other night. What a tremendous defensive play by the Mustangs to close out this half. 13 seconds, I'd imagine that the Mustangs content to just kneel this one out and take a 7-3 lead into halftime.
Ooh.
We said power versus power. Power versus power. It is this Mustangs defense versus this Mandan offense. We saw both doing tremendous things in this first half, and right now the Mustangs with that small advantage 7-3 victory formation here, with they just down it and take us into halftime with a 7-3 advantage.
A big-time turnover there by the Mandan Braves. Both offensive now have turned the ball over at pretty key pivotal positions on the field. So we'll see what we can get going into halftime here.
So 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and both teams content with just walking off the field and going to regroup. Wow. Quinn Wallstrom, everything that we would have expected and imagined out of this heavyweight fight. We've seen it all in the first half, and everybody excited about the way this game is playing out so far. It's exactly what you paid money to see.
I tell you what, Jeremy Newton and Coach Karsh, you got to be happy with the defense here. This team puts up points in bunches. I said before, they put up 60-plus a couple times. So if you can hold them to 3 points in the first half, that is a recipe for success, and you got to be pleased with that.
So with that, we're going to head down to our correspondent on the sideline, Olivia Schemp. Olivia's got assistant coach Jordan Oss. Give us some insight on that first half.
All right. Hey, everybody. So once again, my name is Olivia Schemp, and I am joined today by
Coach Oss.
All right. So, Mr. Oss, we just got a couple questions for you about the first half. So, how are you feeling about everything going on right now?
It's a great half of football. Defense is doing a great job keeping us in this game. We just got to protect the football, and we're ready to roll in the second half.
Yeah? All right. So, are there any players right now catching your eye, doing a good job?
Well, Marcus Johnson just made a huge play at the end of that half. Stopped them from scoring. We're going to the half, 7-3 ball game here, thanks to him. So, that was awesome.
All right. And how are you feeling? Like, what adjustments are you thinking we got to make to really secure the win tonight?
We just got to protect the football and keep moving the football.
Yeah? All right. Back to you, Kanoto.
Thanks, Olivia, for that report. We have the Sheyenne dance team here. Quinn, as this dance team is showing a performance here, let's talk a little bit about this first half and what you saw.
Well, one thing that stuck out for me on the Mandan side is Max Carlson and Lincoln Wiseman. There's a big reason why those two are the two-headed dragon for the Mandan Braves, and they showed it right there. Max Carlson with those over-the-shoulder throws is really throwing the ball well, and Lincoln Wiseman, we saw what he was able to do in the open field. If he breaks a tackle, look out, he is loose.
Credit to the Mandan defense. Boy, those first few possessions, the Mustangs were able to kind of really dive them pretty well with Kanega especially, taking up chunk yards on that first drive to get 7 points. Mandan's tightened up their defense since.
Yeah, you'd like to see a way to get the ball back in Kanega's hands. He looks like he really came to play today. Senior night, he's starting to realize the last couple of weeks he's going to be wearing a Mustang jersey. Feed the beast. Let him get up the middle and see if he can get more chunk yards.
And really the interesting thing is in terms of ball control, that is usually the Mustangs' game. And in the first half, Mandan has really had the time of possession advantage.
Yeah, we had the key fumble there in the red zone, and that killed a lot of offensive momentum there. But we really have not had to do much other than what we usually do with running the ball. So we'll see if Newton draws up some plays, maybe starts opening up the playbook a little bit for more passing, but you gotta be happy with the lead going into halftime against this explosive offense.
Well, and we've talked about this in the pregame, some of our keys to the game. Mandan, a lot of two-way players, but boy, they look fresh, they look sharp, they look fast.
You could tell they've been playing two-way all season. These guys are in shape, and I didn't really see much fatigue from them on the field for playing both sides of football, never really leaving the field.
So with that, we're going to take a quick time out here. Remind you of some of our game sponsors tonight. It is the Mustangs 7, the Mandan Braves 3.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
here when your future lies ahead. We help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Quinn Wallstrom with me here tonight. Minute and 17 to go in this first half warm-up. They'll probably give him a few extra minutes. Wallstrom, we introduced this game that said this was going to be a heavyweight battle. It is, in fact, that.
I was expecting or hoping as a Cheyenne fan that we'd keep this score low because that bodes well for Cheyenne Mustangs. And that first half, we were able to escape with the lead, and keeping this Mandan Braves offense at bay was the X factor. So I think we did a fantastic job in that first half. But, yeah, it's going to be exciting here in the second half.
Yeah, a little strategy coming into play here. The Mustangs deferred the toss to get the ball in the second half, so they will receive the kick, start on offense. If you can come away with points in this first one and turn it into a more than a one-possession game, that could be a big factor playing into this second half.
Yeah, enough can't be said of coming out of the locker room and getting points on the board early. Get your players engaged, get them motivated. And get some points right away. Feel good about life again.
The Mandan Braves are as advertised. Carlson, tremendous quarterback. He's firing on all cylinders, hitting some shots. Lincoln Wiseman showing us that he can break tackles. Jablonski and Frank on the outside, tremendous wide receivers. And somehow the Mustangs are able to hold them to 3 points.
Through talking with the coaches this week, they name-dropped those guys all the time. Carlson, Wiseman, Jablonski, Frank, and you can see why. Through watching film and everything, these guys are everywhere.
And they're making plays, even though you got to give credit to the Mustang defensive backs. They are playing on an island a little bit sometimes in that one-on-one coverage, and it's tight coverage, and Mandan has opted to go to that back shoulder, throw it to him anyway, and see if that defensive player can't get their head turned around, and it's worked on some big plays, and somehow the Mustangs have not given up the touchdown.
I'm very, very impressed with our defense and our coverage. That was the next factor that I know Coach Oss was told me about. With these receivers, it's going to come down to our corners and our safeties and how are they able to lock up those guys. And honestly, the couple big plays to start the game, but they figured it out, and they've been tight on them.
So we're going to remind you of the power rankings now, the importance of this game. We said this is number 1 and number 2, and as you see, West Fargo Cheyenne with 119.5 QRF points and Mandan just behind in 109. It's Davies and Shanley with 2 losses right now with 105 and 103 points respectively. They could sneak up ahead of the loser of this game, and positions in this seeding of the playoffs could change wildly tonight.
That's the reason this game is so important, right? We see Cheyenne and Mandan are the only one-loss teams in AA football. And tomorrow, Davies are at home versus Legacy, and Shanley's also at home versus St. Mary's. So some big games there, and that Davies and Legacy game, that's not an easy one for them. So we'll see what happens. But yes, the loser of this game could fall as low as 4 in the QRF, and that would be just devastating for playoff seeding.
Yeah, and Legacy's played really well. The Mustangs got them early in the season. Legacy is able to play 5-2 since then. Davies going to have a tough game with Legacy. What's interesting to me is if St. Mary's loses and Century wins, we're going to have possibly Century coming in as the 8th seed after what was probably their historically worst start ever, and now that's probably not a team that you want to see in the first round, even if you have the 1 seed.
You want to avoid that Century team like the plague, right? Running up against Wingenbach and that Century program, they've been to many, many state championships in the last 8, 9, 10 years. You want to avoid them.
So the kick comes down to, I think that's Caden Rahr on the left side, and he is stopped at the 25-yard line. So the Mustangs are going to start on offense from there. We'll see what Jeremy Newton, if he's made any adjustments coming into the second half here, or if he was pleased with the play calling and just needed some more things to click to get more points on the board. So the Mustangs coming out here. Mandan's got to feel pretty good about only giving up 7 points to the Mustangs' high-powered offense. They really tightened up after that first drive.
I did not know if this was going to be a defensive or an offensive showcase, and so far, defense has won the game. Won the battle between the two sides.
So 25-yard line is where the Mustangs will start on their tight flex formation. Deer with it. He hands it off. This one goes to Kanega. Nice job by the Mandan defensive front. Stops them after only a gain of about 2. Good job there by the defensive tackles, and you see number 52 kind of dive through the A gap, but he's unable to make the tackle. But behind him, the Mandan Braves, that secondary's made some nice tackles.
Yep, and again, trying to get Kanega going early here. Feed him.
So we'll see if that dive to the fullback opens up like it did on the first drive. Motion goes out to Caden Rahr. This time, I think Caleb Deer tripped over his own guy on that one. We'll take a look at the replay.
Did Kanega run into him?
I think Kanega and Deer kind of tangled up there. It was it was just Kanega's left foot got Deer's right foot, and loss of about 3. And so, or 2, I guess. They're going to put him at the original line of scrimmage at the beginning of this series. And so now it is 3rd and 10. Not the way the Mustangs wanted to start this drive.
We've had a few key mistakes here, and just tighten it. Mistakes that you want to clean up a little bit. But, they'll look at that as they get into the playoffs. But absolutely, do not want that to happen very often.
So now we got in a 4 wide-out set here. It is Deer looking on a bubble screen. That one is covered up really nicely by Mandan, and they do their job on this opening sequence. That is going to lead to a punt for the Sheyenne Mustangs. Great tackle behind the line of scrimmage even on that bubble screen. Well read, well coached. They obviously knew that one was coming, so we're going to get into a punt formation with Entz here.
I believe, Aaron, was that the first bubble screen we've seen tonight?
That is, I think, the first one we've seen. The Mustangs are pretty good at running that bubble screen. They've had a lot of big plays out of it, but Mandan sniffed that one out. So here comes the punt. Entz gets it away. Nice height on that one, and we'll see what kind of bounce it takes. It goes off of a couple of Mustangs, I think, but they're going to mark that way ahead on the Mustang side of the field. So that is going to be great field position for Mandan as they start their first drive of the second half.
And here comes that high-powered offense. Let's see what they were able to discuss at halftime and see if they made any key changes.
I think Mandan probably has to be a little bit pleased with the way they actually moved the ball in the first half. They just probably are talking about how they need to finish drives here, and with only 47 or 48 yards to go for their first touchdown of the game, they're in great position here to make a drive.
They've kind of had a little double-edged sword here with their ability to run and pass the ball. It's going to make it difficult for the Sheyenne defense.
Good pass play to the outside there. Good. Again, tight coverage. This one was Ensign coverage. I think that was, or was that Olsen on the backside
Olsen
there?
on the backside there, yep.
At the safety, and so they did have a kind of him pinned in that position. Of course, they were looking again for number 7.
Terai Frank.
He's made a lot of big plays this year, 8 touchdowns. Again, we kind of see that very quick pump fake from Carlson. They're looking on the outside, looking to that outside shoulder. Now we got a 2nd and 10 here. Carlson in the pistol. Hand off to Wiseman, right side this time. He spins it, ball's free.
Mustangs claiming they have it.
And we do come away with it. That is number 2, Ty Schlichting. Great play there by Schlichting to come up with it. Good hit on Wiseman. Ball comes free, and that is a huge turnover. Boy, the Mustangs have to be pleased with that one after their first sequence on offense. Then the Mustang defense comes up huge.
Not often you're going to catch Wiseman fumbling there. Great defensive possession, great defensive play there by the Mustang D.
A great play there by Ty Schlichting, too. One of the hardest things to do is to jump on that football when it's bouncing around on that carpet, and Schlichting got right on it. He gave up his body. He didn't want to scoop and score. He said, I got to get this football. Great play there by the senior Ty Schlichting.
For sure. I wouldn't want to get landed on by those linemen either.
There we got another dive there. This time it is closed up very quickly again. Great adjustments there by the Mandan Braves. They have shut that play down since the opening sequence where they kind of gouged Mandan, and that one's only a pickup of about 1.5 yards there by number 20. Maybe a yard is all. As we see a nice close-up there of Schlichting who made that play.
Let's just see if we're going to see a pass here after 3, 4, 5 short gains on the run.
Not a lot of carries right now for the number 1 rusher for the Mustangs in Race Wilson. We'll see if they get him involved, and that's an option play. This time they rip Deer down in the backfield from the backside pursuit. That's number 10 for Mandan.
Yeah, Canodal, it has been a very heavy Kanega, and Rawer in the first half got quite a few carries as well. Wilson, surprisingly, has been relatively quiet this game.
Tremendous tackle in the backfield by the sophomore Hudson Sheldon. So backside pursuit wins on the option play there, and that puts the Mustangs in a kind of a horrendous position here at about 3rd and 12. Mustang offense struggling since that opening possession. We'll see if they can find something to open it up here. So we got 4 wideouts, and I think the play didn't get quite in quickly enough. They tried to break the huddle quickly to figure out what we're doing, but that leads to a timeout by the Sheyenne Mustangs. It is 7-3, 8:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. Timeout. So welcome back to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. 3rd quarter action here, number 1 versus number 2. Mustangs with a 4-point advantage, but in a precarious situation here at 3rd and 12. Couldn't get the play in time, so Coach Newton calls a timeout, regroups his guys. Let's see if they decide that this is the play that they were going to run out. Same formation that they called beforehand. Snap goes to Deer. He pump fakes. He's got a guy. And this time it is number 4, and he breaks free. All the way in for the touchdown.
Noah Olson coming in as the wide receiver there.
Wide left, Noah Olson, a guy that hasn't had a ton of reps, but a tremendous athlete. Pump fake there by Caleb Deer gets Olson. He got the defender to bite slightly, and that is a huge touchdown for Olson.
Yeah, Olson primarily a defender. He's come in and got 1 reception on the year so far for 22 yards. And this is what Sheyenne does. When they ground and pound you over and over and over again, you are going to eventually get beat over the top. Nice pass there by Caleb Deer in shotgun formation.
13-3 now, extra point coming. That one does get through the uprights. We have a 14-3 advantage. Huge touchdown there by Noah Olson. Timeout, 8:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. So Noah Olson coming up with the big play for the Mustangs. You see him on the sideline getting the head slap there from the big man Bryce Kane. That is a huge touchdown. Noah Olson actually had a 96-yard touchdown last week against Bismarck High. They tried to kick a field goal. The ball actually ended up short of the end zone. It was sitting there. Bismarck ran off the field. Noah Olson, he is the Swiss Army knife of this team. He does a little bit of everything. They'll blitz him on the edge. They'll have him back in coverage. They'll do him all sorts of things on defense. Here he comes in. Swiss Army knife scores a wide open fly pattern touchdown and puts this game at a 10-point advantage, 11-point advantage.
Big time player there by the junior. You love to see it out of Noah Olson. Yeah, happy for him with the back-to-back touchdowns for that kid. Love to see it.
Number 17 on the return there. That one actually goes a little bit deeper there than the Mustangs are
Ball
accustomed
is
to.
out.
And the ball is out. I did hear a whistle. There's going to be a conversation among the officials, and I think they're going to say the player was down. Ooh, near dangerous there for number 17.
Slippery fingers by the Braves.
So you see on the replay there that I don't know if he was down or not, but boy, the whistle came, and I guess when the whistle comes, that does end the play. So fortunate there that Mandan is able to hold on to the ball. That's Olhauser that on the return, and now Mandan starts their first possession after the touchdown here at the 35-yard line. Tight side of the field, motion man, number 2. That is a jet sweep to him.
Jablonski.
And Jablonski is hit. Good job spreading out the defense there, and the backside pursuit does get to him. But, you know, Jablonski, they're going to, if you're that talented, you're going to get the ball in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely.
I think, actually, I was as I was looking through all this stuff last game, I think Jablonski scored on kick return, punt return, defense, and on offense. So he's got a little bit of everything.
Talk about a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
we have ours,
they got
and
one
they
too.
have theirs.
They got one too. All right, far side of the field does have twins now. Still into the shotgun. We see a fake this time. And a picked off again.
That is the second interception now for Marcus Johnson. And it wasn't too many weeks ago he had one returned for a touchdown as well.
Oh, Marcus Johnson, what a tremendous pick there. And again, the Mustangs come up big on defense. We said turnovers might play into this one, and certainly to start the second half, they have been the factor. Great pick there by Marcus Johnson on the read. He saw that pump fake, and he immediately cut over to the far side. He jumped up, and you know, we said in the first half Carlson was on point. This time he tries to force one in there. Great pick by Marcus Johnson.
Fantastic. Couple possessions here by the Cheyenne defense.
So now the Mustangs with field position and the ball. 14-3 advantage, 7:15 to go, and this is where I think Coach Newton would want to do his kind of signature 5, 6, 7, 8-minute drive and just wear them out. We'll see what the first play draws here, and it looks like it's right side. Caden Rahr with a big run.
Another solid run by Rahr. I tell you, he's been impressive today.
He really has. You know, they had him at fullback. Now they got him back in the slot, and this time he zigs and zags, and it's finally number 13 for Mandan that is able to make the tackle, but not before he picks up about 11 yards. Devin Church making the tackle on that one.
You can feel the energy in this stadium right now, Aaron. It is a Cheyenne storm.
It is. It's you can see the enthusiasm, the excitement. This one is, we're going to, great little ball fake. Looking deep. He's got Caden Rahr. Rahr with it. He trucks this guy into the end zone. Touchdown, Caden Rahr. Great play call there by Newton. You got all the flow going to the wrong direction, roll out to the right side, and then you throw back to the left to Caden Rahr, who was wide open. Mandan defender was able to kind of chase him down, but not before Caden Rahr got all of his head of steam, and he gives a stiff arm and finds his way to the into the end zone. And just like that, it is 20-3 in favor of the Mustangs. 6:34 to go. What a tremendous play.
I tell you what, if it's not Race Wilson beating you, it's not Kanega beating you, it's going to be Rahr beating you.
And that extra point again gets through the uprights. And so with that, now we have extended the lead to 21-3. We're going to take a timeout. Mustangs with an 18-point advantage.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Welcome back, Cheyenne fans. What a possession for the Mustangs. I said that they were going to ground and pound. This is why Newton, he surprises me all the time. You think this offense is so predictable. They get the nice run from Rar, and then a huge, huge reception.
Just a phenomenal play call there, too, to get Rar open in the middle of the field there. Everyone's thinking run. You know, you love to see it out of Jeremy Newton, open up the playbook a little bit, and you love to see Deere air it out a little bit.
So Adlan working the right side on the kickoff here, number 36. He's done a great job on our special teams this year. I think he's actually perfect on his PATs, and here he is on the kick. This one goes a little bit deeper. It does get all the way back to number 2, Jablonski, I think, and that's probably not the guy you want to kick to. He gets the far side of the field, sneaks away from a few tackles, and he's spinning around, but stopped there at the 42-yard line. Great run back there by Jablonski.
Yeah, it looked like he was able to get the edge there at the 30-yard line. I was a little nervous, but our special team was able to close in on him on the sideline there and kind of mitigate the damage.
So now the Mandan Braves have a lot to kind of figure out here, down 21-3. Certainly, we've seen this. I mean, I think their lowest scoring game of the year was 26. They scored one time 28, and every other time they're in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 60s a few times. You know, a 21-3 advantage, you'd think that's safe. Not against this team.
Absolutely not. I do not feel secure with this whatsoever. We do have the momentum, but it's football. Anything can happen.
So, again, we got Carlson in the pistol. Handoff to Wiseman. He's again shut down right at the line of scrimmage. Defensive line really winning the day there against Wiseman. He has not been able to really spring free for a ton of big gains.
Yeah, looks like that was our nose guard, Ryder Weigel, 56 there, coming up with the stop.
Yeah, Weigel is just a great story. He wasn't even playing football for a couple years, came back out. You know, he's really learning his defensive tackle position. Great wrestler. The guy, he's really kind of just a great athlete. And when you put great athletes at D tackle, they make plays. So here we are again, Carlson. Motion comes toward the near side of the field. Again, Wiseman. This time he bounces it out to the outside, and you see the speed, and he hits the corner. And they're going to say holding or maybe a block in the back. Laundry comes from every direction on that one.
I tell you what, that speed from Wiseman, though, you cannot allow him to get that edge.
So you see that speed, though, probably just a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, and you do see in the replay that looked like it was going to be a holding against the Braves. Could have been holding, could have been block in the back. Either way, it's going to come back. And I think they're going to walk it back from the point of the foul. And so that's going to leave it to about a 2nd and 12-ish. So what turned from a big play to Mandan kind of comes backwards on the block. You see Wiseman's speed, though. It's impressive.
There's a reason why he is one of the best running backs in the state. And he has caused some damage for us this game. He hasn't been quiet by any means.
No, and that's the thing. You know, I watched some of his game tape, and he actually, once he gets to that second level, he can turn it into a home run just like that. So you got to really keep him contained. So Carlson again in the pistol. Looking at the near side of the field. He goes through his progressions, and now he tucks it up and runs. Good run there. He's knocked out of bounds. That's one of the few times the Mustangs were not able to contain the end of the line of scrimmage, and he does sneak through and picks up a few yards there and now gets it to a 3rd and 8.
The first we've seen of Carlson kind of use his feet there. He's usually quick to throw it or quick to hand off, so got to see his ability as a scrambler.
Certainly your mental clock when you got men's on the edge. You got to think you got to get rid of it quickly. So that one he held on a little bit longer, and the rush didn't get to him. He finds a way to sneak through the defense for about 3-4 yards.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having such athletic players on the defensive end. They're living rent-free in that quarterback's head all game long.
3rd and 8. Wiseman. He goes to the right side this time, picks up about 7 yards. Great run there. Great play call. That must be a decision where you said to yourself, we're probably going for it on 4th. Let's see if we can pick up something, maybe break one and get something manageable, and we do. 4th and 1.
It's a gain of 7 on the play. Will bring up 4th down and 1 for Mandan.
So, Quinn, we've seen this a couple times in short yardage where they brought the fullback into the backfield. Sometimes he started in the backfield, but it was number 42 that picked up the yardage that they needed. And this time he sits just to the right-hand side of the quarterback with 1 yard to go for the first down. We'll see what Carlson decides to do with the ball here. Snap comes to Carlson. He does give it to the fullback. He does get through and pick up about 3 yards. Good run there by number 42 for Mandan.
Yeah, Wyatt Pale again, the junior, plays both sides of the football, and we've had to mention his name on both sides as well. So another key player there for the Mandan Braves, and we know what they're going to do when they get down to short yardage positions. They're going to hand him the ball.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, when you have a guy of his size and strength, and even when you know he's going to get the ball, he's getting those pads moving forward, lean in that direction, he's going to pick it up. So now the Mandan Braves have a 1st and 10, new set of downs. Ball comes back, deep drop. Nice little play there to number 8.
Dylan Geiger, senior there, fullback and strong safety.
Good play there by Carlson, too. Menz was coming right in his face, and he was able to step back through the play action and kind of separate himself by moving his feet backwards and makes that play happen for Mandan. 2nd and 1.
Again, Mandan doing a solid job at making these next plays manageable, chucking away bit by bit at the yards.
So here Mandan sits in the pistol again. 2nd and 1, 3:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff goes to Wiseman to the right side. Great move. Shifty move there by Lincoln Wiseman, number 21.
Yeah, just elusive. The way he's able to put that foot down and shift from left to right so efficiently. You know, he's hard to tackle, hard to get down.
And it's not even just his elusiveness. He got to that 2nd level, and he put his shoulders down, and he laid the lumber. So great run there by Wiseman. If they can get him going, that changes the complexion of the game real fast.
And it's dangerous because when you get the running game going, you know what opens up, Aaron.
Yes, it does. Haven't seen big plays out of the passing game yet in the 2nd half. Certainly we're expecting those to happen at some point. Wiseman again with it. This time he's gobbled up right at the 30-yard line. Oakley Brown again on the tackle at the defensive tackle position. Great game out of Oakley Brown. We've called his name multiple times.
Yeah, another one that they have here. You know, Lincoln Wiseman's become the workhorse here. He does play linebacker on the defensive side of the football. You know, another thing that you'd look at is possibly attacking that when the Mustang gets the ball.
He has gone over 1,000 yards now on the season. Pretty impressive out of the senior. So here we go. Mandan now 2nd and 10. See if they can continue their movement toward the end zone. Looking deep again. This one over the middle, and a great play and a tremendous hit. And I think they're going to say that was a defenseless receiver. And I think the player there that made the hit is number 4, probably coming a little too high.
Reception there by 41, Karsten Hagney.
Wow, what a hit. You saw it in slow motion. Great job there by our production crew showing exactly when that contact took place, and you can see exactly why that flag came in when it did. Mustang fans not happy with it, but obviously, you know, Quinn, when you come in that high and that hard, they got to protect those guys.
Yeah. I mean, this is football. It's about player safety first and foremost, right?
It sure is. But, you know, when you're number 4, you know, and you're Olsen and you're trying to make a play, obviously that wasn't a dirty play or anything like that. That's bang, bang. You know, the ball was right on target, and Olsen was trying to make a play. Unfortunately, where he made contact, refs just did not think that was a legal play. So here we go. 1st and goal. Mandan, can they answer? To Wiseman. He cuts, and he's stopped on 1st down. Great job by the defensive tackle. Cleaned up on the right-hand side. It does. It's Menz that shed his block. And he is able to gobble him up right there at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down now and goal from the 6-yard line. Mandan has moved the ball well at times during this game. They have not finished the drive, Quinn. I think this is the time where if they're going to be in this one, they got to find a way to get in the end zone.
The turnovers have been the ones that are killing them. They've put some great drives together, but ultimately, you know, fumble up the ball, and Mustang's able to fall on it and change momentum. But they have put some impressive drives together.
So they got 2 backs in the backfield, 1 on each side of Carlson. They do give it to one of them. This time it goes to the fullback.
Yep, Wyatt Pale again.
Not able to get too many yards, and so now it is the pivotal down, but I would think that Mandan is really looking at this one as we got 2 downs to punch this one in, and really the Mustangs have to think to themselves, you know, our job is to just keep that football in front of us and see what can happen.
Yeah, absolutely 4-down territory here. There's no way that they're looking at kicking this at this stage of the game. So Let's see if we're able to quiet him on the pass here.
40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now we only have Wiseman in the backfield behind Carlson. He does hand it off to Wiseman. Great cut there. And he does shift through. And he gets in. Great run there by Wiseman. Tremendous effort. Look at the foot plant in the ground. He cuts it back right, and he does sneak his way spinning into the end zone. Touchdown, Mandan Braves.
Dangerous athlete. You give him a chance, he's going to finish the job.
So now the Mustangs up 21-9, assuming an extra point here. The Mandan Braves have done their job. They got an answer. So going into the fourth quarter here with 27 seconds to go in the third, we're going to maybe cut this one down to an 11-point advantage. And with the kick, we do just that. So the score, 21-10 in favor of your number 1 Mustangs, taking on the number 2 Mandan Braves. We're going to take a timeout.
Mustang fans, just a quick shout out to our sponsor here. Essentia Health is proud to be the premier sponsor of Mustang Media and partner with Sheyenne High School to make a healthy difference in the lives of the students and families we are privileged to serve. Essentia Health, like nowhere else.
So Mandan Braves off to kick here. It is senior Alex Wagner to kick.
No lead is safe here, Aaron.
We said that the Mustangs were going to have to deal with this quick-hitting Mandan Braves offense, and they answered very quickly. Kick does go deep. This one comes to Caden Rahr, the guy that scored the last touchdown of the game. He cuts that one up, and he does get to the outside. Nice return there by Caden Rahr. Gets up to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, nice little impressive run there by Rahr. Solid blocking by the special teams.
Boy, if you have one more guy that was able to kind of pin number 13 into that spot, Rahr could have hit to the outside and maybe taken it to the house, as is. Mandan's able to come up with the tackle, and 32-yard line. Probably a pretty good coverage play by Mandan. Probably pretty pleased with where that ball ends up. So Mustangs come out on offense here.
Yeah, and you mentioned, a couple drives ago, this would be a trademark Newton drive to take 7 minutes off, 6-7 minutes off the clock. It's going to be interesting to see what they choose to do in the fourth quarter.
So handoff here goes to Race Wilson on the left side. He does break one free. Gets to the second level, and he gets all the way down to the 47-yard line. We have not been able to call Race Wilson's number a bunch tonight. He is the most explosive player on this Mustangs offense. And, boy, he finds it right there. Cuts that one back into the interior. Good blocking on the left side there behind Bryce Kane. And Race Wilson gets all the way there as the end of the third quarter concludes. 21-10, Sheyenne. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. There's a lot of game left to play. Mandan making her move. Can the Mustangs hold on? We'll see when we come back.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Another shout out here to our sponsor. Bell Bank Mortgage is proud to support West Fargo Cheyenne sports, whether you're in the classroom, at home, or both. We hope you're inspired this year to push yourself beyond what you have even imagined and never stop learning. Go Mustangs, Bell Bank Mortgage, equal housing lender.
So the Mustangs with it near midfield at the first down after a big Race Wilson run. Deer into the backfield. This one goes to Barry Penu off the right side. No room to run there. The X factor on the ground usually is Caleb Deer. We have not seen his legs really since the first quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if that +1 formation where the defense kind of forgets about his number, at some point he finds a way to hold on to the ball and make a big run.
Yeah, it has been interesting. We have not seen much from him on the ground. He's got those long strides. Kind of looks like a deer, as you said earlier. It'll be interesting to see if we see that coming up here soon.
So back into the tight flex. This one again goes to the right side. Dive up to Kanega, and he is stopped at the 50-yard line. So great job by Mandan on the first 2 downs, and it is going to be a 3rd and 7 situation. The Mustangs have a little bit of yardage left to kind of figure out the play call here, and probably going to be another 4th down decision if they're not able to pick this one up within probably 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah,
there's a decision to be made.
Last thing you want to do here, the last thing you want to do is 3 and out, but just interesting decision depending on how many yards we get here if it's going to be 4 down territory.
So again into the tight flex formation. Deere gets the ball. This one goes to Race Wilson on the left side. He cuts it up. He does pick up nearly what he needs. Certainly it is decision time here for Newton, but he is about the most aggressive 4th down play caller in the state of North Dakota, and I don't think he has any hesitation whatsoever. This is going to be a 4th down play. So here we go, 4th down and 3.
I love the aggression here by Newton. I think we could pretty much expect that he was going to go for this, but you love to see it in this position in the game with just 2 yards here.
So this time we have Kanega on the fullback position. Oh, and the same play that they got him with in the first quarter, they got him to bite again on the motion. Great play call there by Newton. He gets the 1st down via penalty. The drive continues.
Sometimes the games come down to little nitpicky things like this, and we see it case in point here.
It's tough to say tight on that. You saw the defensive lineman punch the ground. He knew he made a mistake there. Mustangs 1st and 10. This one to Pinu. He breaks the tackle, gets to the outside. Big run here on the right side. Pinu gets about 14 yards, and you see his explosiveness, Quinn.
Yeah, Barry Pinu, when he gets moving, he is a lightning bolt, and you can see it here when he catches the edge. Look out. Nice 1st down there by Barry.
Number 17 on the tackle there for Mandan after a big run from Penu off the left side. And so now we're in that 26-yard range to go. I said this is typically where that +1 formation really comes into play. We'll see if Deere tucks one up himself. Handoff, Race Wilson, left side. He's got a look. He's got an opening spin move, and he's going to be right around a 1st down. Probably has enough to move the chains again.
Now we see the Mustang running game. This is what happens. Ground and pound. Defense gets tired out.
I've said this many times to the coaches. Boy, there are a lot of players when you put your foot in the ground, they have to get their speed back. But when Race Wilson puts his foot in the ground, there's no change of speed, and that's what makes him so tough to tackle.
Yep, between the tackles, when he can break free, he is dangerous.
So now we are at we apologize, the score operator has it as a 3rd down. It is not. It is a 1st down. Back to Race Wilson on the left side. Great stiff arm there.
Not something you usually see there from Race, or not typically his game, the power play. Love to see the aggression out of Race Wilson with the stiff arm.
So he gets about 5 yards there. They're showing there's a little bit of confusion as to what's going on. The down marker is showing 3rd down. It is definitely 2nd down. Now they've changed that, but of course the score operator has that as 3rd down, and it should be 2nd. So hopefully they'll get that corrected. Run to the left side. This one, it doesn't matter. It is Race Wilson for the touchdown.
You're wondering we're going to call his name. Race Wilson. Love to see it.
That was his drive through and through. Left-hand side behind the big left tackle, Bryce Kane. Race Wilson untouched to the corner of the end zone.
I'll tell you here, Aaron, there was no hocus pocus there from Race. Just focus.
Hocus pocus. It just focus. I love it. I love it. Race Wilson hitting the edge. Touchdown there. Great answer for the Mustangs. Now up 27.
I got to make a shout out to Tom Kirchhoffner on that one. That was his quote that he told me to say.
Tom Kirchhoffner, not known for his poetry, more of a basketball coach, and we can see why. And the extra point does pierce the uprights there. And now it is 28-10. Mustangs up with 9:06 to go in this 4th quarter. Healthy lead. But we know if there's one team that's able to come back quickly, it is the Mandan Braves. We'll see how they answer when we come back. So we had poetry in motion and poetry in the booth from both Race Wilson and Quinn Wallstrom, our color commentator. And now the Mustangs up 28-10 with 9:06 to go in the fourth. Big drive there, Quinn.
Yeah, could not overstate the importance of that drive enough. Get this up to an 18-point game. You know, time is ticking. We only got 9 minutes left in this, so very important there to get the 6-7 points.
Yeah, and it really was, I mean, if there's a play of that game, obviously Race Wilson was the player of that drive, but the play of that drive was the fourth down flag. As we see the kickoff go deep this time. Not often that the Mustangs will do that, and it's pitched back to Jablonski. Jablonski looking to find something here. He does. He cuts back, and he actually ends up kind of going backwards on the last cut, and it is at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, and you stated he's scored in the special teams position before, so great job of the special teams. Sheyenne is playing really solid on all three facets of the football tonight, and Newton's got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, so great kick, great coverage there. Not typical of the Mustangs to kick one deep. Chase Adland certainly has a great foot, also a soccer player. A lot of the times they're hitting that little 25-yarder, seeing if that up man can catch the ball. This one they kick it deep, and the coverage is there. Long field left for the Mandan Braves.
Yep, and you had to think that was the goal of the long kick. It is dangerous, though, when you have a returner like Jablonski in the back to catch it there.
So Carlson now. Motion goes to the fullback, number 42, who we've seen a lot, Peel. Handoff to Wiseman, and he's going to find some room on the left-hand side again. Big hit. But a great run there by Lincoln Wiseman.
Yep,
he has found his space in the second half, and he's moving the football.
Yeah, great receiver block there by Jablonski, containing that corner. So, you know, running game is it's a full team. It takes a full team to create an efficient running game, and you can see it there.
Yeah, they've really found some room to run on the edges here. And Lincoln Wiseman, boy, he's elusive, he's powerful, and they found a way to make him get downfield. So here we go. Now it is second and very short, probably less than a yard. And now we'll see it is still in the pistol formation. We'll see if they open it up again. Motion again, this time to the right side. Pass to the left, and it is intercepted. That is
Connor Entz.
That is Entz making the pick. Tremendous play there by Entz. He's had great coverage all night. Super athlete. Gets up in the air there. You know, that was the first time that Carlson he had the fake to the right side. He didn't even look back probably before that play. Just trusted his receiver, but Entz was all over him. He makes the pick. It is the Mustangs' ball. We're almost right at midfield. Tremendous play there by Connor Entz.
Our corners and safeties tonight, I tell you what, they are playing so well. You love to see it. They knew they had their hands full with Max Carlson and these receivers coming into this game, and they have answered the call and then some.
So here we go, the Mustangs with the ball and the advantage of 18 points with 8:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Can they wear down this Mandan front and run off some clock? This one goes to Caden Rohr. He frees up, but then he's tackled. Good tackle there in the backfield. I think that is, I can't get the number there. I think it was number 10 again.
And here we are, Aaron. I hate to bring the Chris Berman out for you, but tick, 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 tick. That clock keeps moving.
Yeah, that's one where, you know, you don't pick up a yard on first down, but you do get to burn about 40 seconds off the game clock. And so here we go. Caleb Deere slowly walking into the huddle here. I would imagine he's got a good eyeball on that corner of the end zone, watching the play clock get underneath 10. It sits at 13 right now, and so he's ready to get that thing snapped under 5 every time that they get the ball here. That one is exactly what he does. Snaps it at 5. Left-hand side run here. Stopped at the line again.
Yep, now you're able to take off another quick 40 seconds. Obviously, you'd like to stay on the field here with the offense and not just play the clock game. You want to stay aggressive in a situation like this, especially when Carlson and these wideouts are one big play away, from scoring an easy touchdown.
So that was the left side again, trying that where Race Wilson was really successful on the last series, but Mandan does a great job of stopping that run here. So now we got a 3rd and 9. I would think Newton is thinking again that this is maybe 4 downs, trust in your offense, but we'll see what happens here on 3rd. So it is 3rd and 9. Snap goes back. We got a couple people in formation. Deep. Oh!
Off the fingertips.
And that was a really good ball there by Deere. He threw it really only where one guy could get to it. That was his man, Dylan Bile, just off his fingertips down the sideline there. Would have been a tremendous catch, but, great throw, great route. had a guy, but, sometimes to get the ball that deep down the field, it's tough.
We've been talking a lot. I mean, Carlson now has, an interception or two under his in the statistics today, but we talked a lot about Carlson being into the game, or being, his passes being super efficient. But Deere is showing his accuracy as well.
So as the punt comes down inside the 20-yard line, tremendous punt there by Ants, who actually had the interception last time. And so now the Mandan Braves have a long field left to go. So it is 6:25 to go. We're going to stay here. 28-10 is the advantage for the Mustangs. And really now it's probably going to be, you're going to probably have to rely almost exclusively on the passing game. Maybe they'll hit Wiseman a time or two, but I would think that we're going to see 75% or more passes the rest of the way here.
Yeah, our corners have played well, and they need to continue it here for the next 6 minutes. Absolutely.
So here we go. Twins to the near side of the formation. Oh, maybe was a, nope, they're not going to throw the flag on that one, and so the ball does come out to the 26-yard line.
They get Tarai Frank there again. Been quiet relatively in the second half. Haven't said his name here as much as Wiseman and Jablonski.
So he does pick up that first down. The clock is running. 6:15 to go in the fourth quarter. If the Mustangs can just obviously do what they can to keep the ball in front of them, make the tackle, don't give up the big broken tackle play or nothing over the top. Probably not enough time for 3 possession scores, but we'll see. Mandan is about as quick hitting as they get. So they go into the formation here. This time Twins left to the far side. Carlson under a shotgun. He looks left into the flat. That's the fullback. Oh, breaks the first tackle. Almost breaks the second tackle, but Renner's able to bring him down. There's only about 5 yards gain there.
Yeah, Wyatt Peel there again. Another super important aspect of this offense. He gets a lot of usage.
So that's 2nd and 6 now. 4-yard reception there for the fullback. In the flat on the left side. You can see his power as well as he sheds the first guy, but Renner cleans it up, and now we have Twins to the right-hand side. Motion moves to the left. Carlson, he takes the snap. Handoff Wiseman, left side. Hits the edge. One guy to beat. Good tackle in the open field there.
Yeah, just when you think, it's going to be pass after pass, they'll sneak in that run play and make a very efficient gain out of it as well.
Great tackle there by Olsen. And to be honest with you, Quinn, they found a lot of success on that left side when they have that Twins right formation, and then they run to the weak side of the field, even when it's on the short side of the field. They, when they're on the left hash and still running pretty well on the left side, Wiseman, he makes room.
I agree, Aaron. That has been their bread and butter throughout this game, is running that weak side. Wiseman has just been eating on that side all game.
So here we go. First down, new set of downs for Mandan. Under 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter here. Pass goes tipped, and it's picked. It's picked off by the D lineman.
Sometimes it's the bounce of the ball.
And the hands up in the air by was number 8. That was Menz. And then the defensive tackle, I think, does it fall into Oakley Brown's hands?
74, Oakley Brown, yes.
Oakley Brown on senior night. How do you do, fella? I think we expected to see a lot of things tonight. I did not have in the possibility of what I expected out of this game, that an interception would fall into the hands of Oakley Brown, and here it is. What a play, and a great play by Menz to set it up.
No, absolutely. Fantastic tip there, and a defensive lineman interception. I would not have put any money on that one to happen tonight.
Oh, man, I hope people were hedging their bets on that guy, because that one would pay off big. Oakley Brown with the pick.
And you'd love to see it happen on senior night, too.
Oh, and you see the joy that the teammates have for him as we see a handoff to Pinu, and he breaks one, and he spins all the way to the first down marker. 4:30 to go, and it's turnovers, Quinn, in this second half that have probably been the difference maker.
Yeah, today, interceptions, fumbles. It started with us there on that first possession. I'm getting down in the red zone, but it seems to be the name of the game here for Mandan in the second half, and they're just things you cannot do against the number 1 team in the state.
Yeah, you give teams extra possessions, and they find a way to make it hurt, and here are the Mustangs up 28-10, and we're under about 4:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Mustangs continue to just wear out the Mandan defense, and 18-point advantage. I expect we're going to see just a couple of runs for this one. I think to the left side. That was probably Bradshaw.
First time we've seen him carry.
You know, Bradshaw, tremendous talent. Bradshaw actually moved here this year, number 11. It takes a while to understand Newton's offense. Boy, if he was here 2 or 3 years, no telling what you saw it last week. He had a tremendous highlight touchdown run. Here he is on senior night. Glad we could get him a carry on senior night. Unfortunately, if he would have been longer, he could have been a really special asset for the Mustangs. He does have multiple touchdowns on the year. We said there's 7 players with rushing touchdowns. He's got a couple. Handoff here goes to Kanega up the middle. Nothing doing. So we're going to sit at a 3rd and 10 now.
Again, that clock is just going to keep ticking.
And you saw it tonight. It didn't turn out in Mandan's favor, but boy, you see why they were the number 2 team in the state. You see, what special talents they have around them, and they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs, regardless of the outcome of this game. They are a great football team.
Yep, not a team you'd want to run into. Absolutely. Yeah.
So here we go, 3rd down and 10. And it's a handoff to Pinu. He looks to cut to the outside, brings it back into the interior. And that'll bring up 4th down with 2:25 to go.
And some things we've already mentioned here. The defense holding this Mandan team to 10 points is just an amazing job by them. Kudos to Coach Karch and the players on the defensive end.
Yeah, if we can put that graphic up from Coach Karch, here's one thing that you have to keep in mind, and obviously he's the defensive coordinator, but we have tremendous defensive coordinator. We have coaches all around him, but we're only giving up 12 points a game this season, and we're holding the best offense into the state under that. Tremendous job by that coaching staff tonight. Hand off to the left side here. That's Bradshaw again. You see him bouncy, and that's going to be a good stop there by the Mandan Braves. Turnover on downs. So Mandan will have their offense back on the field with under 2 minutes to play. Quinn, this has just been a spectacular performance by this Sheyenne Mustang defense, and really, honestly, the offense has done their job as well.
This is a game that you needed to come out and make a statement on. You knew the entire state was watching this, and a great answer by the Sheyenne Mustangs. They proved and showed today why they are the number 1 team in the state and why they're the defending champions.
Yeah, there were a lot of questions coming into this season. They had a tremendous amount of seniors graduate last year and awesome athletes, wins the state title, but you have so many replacement guys that hadn't seen time. So people wondered, could this senior class be the class that kind of answers that bell this time? And sure enough, here they are going to the playoffs, number 1 seed.
And having a big, successful program and a lot of student body and a large student body like Sheyenne does, it's difficult because you have these juniors that don't get to play a lot of varsity when they are juniors, opposed to the smaller schools. You never really know how they're gonna translate to varsity when they get their 1 year of experience. And obviously these seniors are answering the call.
They really are. So here we go. There was a penalty on the first attempt here, so it's 1st and 15 with Mandan sitting in the pistol here, looking left. And great move there by number 2. Oh, he's special. Look at that. Still making plays, still showing that effort. That's Jablonski, All-Stater. Jeez, joystick stuff.
I'm sure he's an avid Madden player at this time of the year.
Boy, that's to bottle him up the way we have tonight. You see what he does in the open field. Great job by the defensive corners and safeties, and really the front did their job as well. So now Mandan sitting a minute and 40 to go. It is 1st down, 35-yard line. Carlson under center again. And I don't think Mandan has anything to hang their head over. They came in on the road. Oh, great pass there, completed again to Jablonski. You see the special footwork there out of Carlson.
Yeah, those two have a connection. But as you were saying, right, no slack to Mandan here. These guys have came to a tough building, tough stadium in Essentia Stadium in West Fargo to play, and they can't hang their heads about this game. They're playing a very difficult team in a very hostile environment as well. All right, so we have Max Carlson in the back, and another pass completed there to Jablonski again. That's 3 consecutive.
number 2, Carson Jablonski. Tackles made by number 5, Ruben Dye.
So Ruben Dye make the tackle there. So here we have Mandan continuing to move the ball, just over a minute to play here. Let's see if they look deep. Carlson cuts up, breaks one tackle, falls forward for a first down, I believe.
So we're doing a little hurry-up offense here from the Braves.
That is a first down for the Braves.
Clock continues to run here, now 50 seconds to go. Right side, Jablonski again, great move. Oh! Big tackle there on the edge by number 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and we can notice Sheyenne just kind of sitting back, not allowing the big play here, kind of allowing the little short chip plays here at the end of the game just to get the clock out.
That tackles Riley Ulmer on the edge here. He's about as, he might not be the biggest guy, but he can knife a guy. He's a great tackler. Carlson, pump fake, right side, Jablonski. All the way to the end zone, and he is stopped at the 1 yard line.
Carson's pass completes at Jablonski. Fumble on the play is recovered by Mandan.
So there was a fumble, and they did say that the Mandan player was able to snake that one out of the hands of, or the clutches of all the guys in the bottom of the pile. And so now Mandan has it on the goal line, 27 seconds to go now. Right side. Ball does drop onto the carpet there with 19 seconds to go.
Jablonski's incomplete. Ruben Dye on the coverage for the Mustangs.
An incomplete pass there. Looks like it was just too low there for the receiver. Able to catch it, not able to catch it there. All right, and here we go. Another shotgun formation here for Carlson.
So here we are. 2nd and goal. See if they go to a dive play, and they do. This one, I think he snuck his back in.
Looks like he was
able to
get in.
They're going to come in, measure it out, and they're going to say touchdown.
So nice touchdown there by the Braves to end the game here.
So with just 11 seconds to go, it is Wyatt Peel on the touchdown on the fullback dive, and he is able to sneak into the end zone.
Again, you got to feel good if you're Sheyenne right now, solidifying that #1 playoff seed heading into the playoffs. Cannot overstate the importance of that. 2 hosted home games here for the Sheyenne.
Kick is up and through, so with 11 seconds to go, we're going to take a quick timeout. And we'll probably see one play left, and then we'll talk about some keys, players of the game, and we'll recap this thing. Quinn, it is 28-17 Mustangs. So welcome back. As you see the cheerleaders, it is their senior night as well. Backflip. Quinn, can you do that?
I cannot do that, and if I tried, it would be ugly. What about you? You seem like the kind of guy that can get.
43 years old and way overweight. Yeah, tons of mobility left in my game. Yeah.
Oh, no. Absolutely. I could see you doing that.
I could flip backwards, but I think the more damage would probably be done to the track than me, and that's saying a lot because there'd be plenty of damage on me. So here we go. We got Hans team out there. It is going to be an onside kick. No, they're going to squib it a little bit. No, not just a little kick out of bounds there to the right side.
Looks like we do got a flag on the field as well.
So that's going to put the ball in the hands of the Mustangs, where they will probably just go into the victory formation, Quinn. Mustangs walking out to no better play call than the victory formation.
It's the best play call you can get at the end of the game. And again, the importance of this game and to come out and play the way the Mustangs did on both sides of the ball, especially defensively, forcing those turnovers. you got to feel good.
Sure, it's senior night, but I'm going to ask our producer here to throw up the graphic for Jeremy Newton, because this is the thing that just amazes me about Jeremy Newton. His career record, as you can probably see here, is tremendous. 71-22, but now he will go 72-22. He is 48-6 since 2018. He has had new teams each time, and here he does it again. His team is going to go into the playoffs with the number 1 seed yet again.
It's a culture thing with Newton. He has instilled the winning attitude in this team, and they know that, it's win or they have to win. Losing is not really an option in this culture, and that's how you create a winning program.
So we got some fireworks going off on the outside here. The number 1 team does hold on to their seed, and now going into the playoffs, everybody's 0-0. You got to be happy about this one, but I'm sure the Mustangs are going to say, let's put this guy to bed, because at the end of the day, we got to go win playoff games. And so, back to work tomorrow, but you got to feel good about this one tonight, Quinn.
And depending on what happens, around the state tomorrow, they could end up beating Century, a very dangerous Century team in the first round. So they're not out of the woods by any means. They're going to enjoy this one tonight. But again, I know Newton's going to have practice tomorrow, and they'll be back thinking the future.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, as everything that's played out the way it is, it's almost appropriate that Mustangs are going to see Century one more time, because that has become a rivalry game now. And again, we're assuming here maybe that some things will play out. Maybe Century sneaks into the 8th seed. Maybe it ends up being St. Mary's. If it is Century, there is a history there. There is a rivalry. That's going to be a slugfest no matter what the seeds say.
Yeah, those two teams do not like each other very much. Century beating the Mustangs in 2 back-to-back state championships. So, yeah, there's some animosity there between those two teams.
So as we wrap up tonight, Quinn, we do want to thank our game sponsors, Bell Bank and Essentia. It has been a tremendous, tremendous game to watch. Certainly Mandan is probably going to go away disappointed with this, but you can't hang your head too long, because you're going to come back, and that is a tremendous football team on the other side. They're going to come out, and they're going to prove some people that this game was not the end. It was the beginning. They're going to do some things in the playoffs. You got to believe that.
Absolutely, and they showed people, with their wins throughout the year as well, they are a dangerous team, and they are a big play away from breaking a game wide open. And Sheyenne today was able to quiet that, but in any other game, they're one play away from just breaking it open.
They really are, and so the Mustangs continue to be the cream of the crop in Class 2A football. Quinn, for your first time out here, calling the game for us, what do you think?
I tell you, I was so nervous when I rolled up here today. I didn't know how this was going to go. I had so much fun. The nerves went away as soon as the game started. This is an amazing broadcast led by the students at Sheyenne High School. Can't say enough for the work that they do. It is so well done. Just to be up here and experience this and get to see it firsthand after, sitting at home and watching for the last 2 years.
Yeah, you saw.
And I appreciate the opportunity for all you guys to get up here.
So we do want to throw some thank yous to these guys. Production team tonight was our main man, Mr. Mustang Media himself. Jacob Fisher is our producer-director. With him, beside him tonight, our camera switcher, also co-producing, is Morgan Valvo. We had a couple people on the cameras tonight. Christian Knodel, one of them, up top. We had Hannah Barger, and we had... who else do we have in there? Help me out, guys. We had a whole crew. We had photographers down in the field.
We had
Olivia as a sideline reporter. We had Huey Husted over there. He's on her camera right there, getting men's for you.
It takes a village to get this thing going, and this is just super impressive for the Sheyenne students to be able to put this together. And kudos to you as well, Mr. Knodel, being the one to kind of lead the charge here.
Hey, man, all I do is give these guys opportunities. These guys are killing it. So thanks to our production crew tonight. Thanks to you, Quinn Wallstrom, for having us, being up here and joining us in the booth. And as the Mustangs walk away through that field, you see they're all about business. They like this win, but they're ready. They're not here to end with just the number 1 seed. They got work left to do. So, Quinn, going into the playoffs, anything that we can expect or look forward to?
It's a Jeremy Newton run team. We said it over and over. We're going to know what we're going to see from them. And we just have we have some amazing offensive players in our running backs with Kanega, Barry, Race, Rar. You never know what you're going to get. Any of them can have a game any day.
Yeah, and that's what makes this team tough defensively. Wow, what a great effort tonight. So Mustangs come away with a 28-17 victory. I'm Aaron Knodel.
I'm Quinn Wallstrom.
Hey, Join us next time for our next broadcast. We're going to be with you for the playoffs, so pay attention to when those will take place. We're excited to bring you these broadcasts every time. So for everybody on the production crew, we thank you for your viewership, and we hope that you click subscribe and like to all of our videos. Find us on all of our social platforms, Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. Find us everywhere. Like all the work that these hard workers do out here, the graphic design team, everything that comes together. Go out and support this amazing broadcast crew. So until next time, from Essentia Health Mustang Stadium, it is the Mustangs 28, the Mandan Braves 17.